Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you. My name is Michael and I'm making a video game. December is a very hectic time of year for everyone, and that was especially true for me this year. Every time I sat down to work on some art assets or to do a bit of code, there seemed to be something else that needed my attention first. The main thing I was working on in December took a lot longer than I thought it would, and that was redoing the movement systems for the player and the enemy characters. In previous versions of Bannerman, the movement was really janky and it was basically just a placeholder, but now it is fixed. But that meant going through the entire movement system I had in place so far, gutting it, and basically starting it again from scratch. I'm currently redoing the movement code for Bannerman because it wasn't really working as well as I wanted it to. And it kind of needed to be done, and I've been putting it off. So rather than implement anything new in the way of movement or new characters, I decided to go back through the movement for the player and the two enemies that are already present and redo the systems that are the underlying systems behind that. One of the things you'll notice now is that the player and enemies have acceleration and deceleration on movement. They only step when it's appropriate, so they were quite janky. They tend to just slide around. It didn't look real good, but it kind of served the purpose for boxing it in and prototyping it. But it's sort of getting to the point where I'm like, the prototype movement isn't good enough, so I'm gonna have to redo all the old movement code. So I'm about 3/4 way done at the moment. I should probably do it and stop talking about doing it. I sunk quite a few days into doing the movement, and there were a few setbacks. But it works now. The player now also has his new animations all in the engine, and he can now leave and enter doorways and other entrances, which opens up non-linear paths. And it gives a bit of opportunity for exploration, which is great, so you can start actually now taking different paths and finding things along the way. More music was done this month as well, so I've got another 2 demo tracks and have been playing around with them, seeing if they fit the game in the way I want them to. Bannerman also now has a proper music controller for the engine, and positional music is there as well. So I'm experimenting with how dynamic I want the dynamic music to be. So at this point there is locational music that is centered around a horizontal location in the level. And I've been experimenting with layering different elements of the track in. So the drums kick in as you get a bit further to the right and drops back out, and then the whistle kicks in. I'm not sure if I actually want that sort of thing in game yet, but it's kind of fun to play around with it, I suppose. I also did a bunch of boring stuff, so I fixed a whole ton of bugs that have been accumulating over the last few months, and I just been putting them off. So at this point, the current build is actually really stable, which is good, but that took a while to actually work the way through the list. Archer enemy from last month is still not in the engine yet. Implementing him before updating the movement systems made absolutely no sense, and the movement systems took quite a while to fix up, but he is going in today. As of this video uploading, I will be putting him in the engine and he will start lobbing arrows at the player today. I'm going to do it today. It's done. It's done today. And in addition to all the above, I also actually took a week off. I took an entire week off from the game over Christmas and New Year's, the last week of December. And it's been really good because I didn't even look at the game over this period, and I'm all ready to go and get back into it. And I'm gonna get back to it now, so I'll catch you guys next month. I will have more to report then. See you later. Woo!